So I want to just talk briefly about three dramatic shifts that I believe are coming to the global church. I've been thinking about 2022, and probably the most amount of time that I have spent in prayer in 2022 has been in regards to the dramatic shift that has come to the wineskin of the church. I really believe that COVID-19 was used as a tool in the hands of the Lord to bring forth a necessary reset and a shift in the global church. The pandemic was obviously awful, and it brought great death. It took out a lot of people that I know, that you know, but I saw beyond it. And many of you know, I recently just came out with a book called Prophetic Pioneering, and that the subtitle is A Call to Build and Establish God's New Era Wineskin. And for those of you who have got a copy, thank you for supporting that. But anyways, what I am seeing, people ask me all the time, Jeremiah, what are you seeing in the church? You travel. I'm a church planner. I'm involved so much in the church. And again, like I said earlier, I've spent so much time in prayer about this. I think that if I could narrow it down, here are the three main things that I believe is dramatically changing about the church as we know it. One, the fivefold ministry. There is a dramatic shift happening across the globe away from pastor does everything church. And I believe that God is drawing a generation's attention back to Ephesians 4, where it's just so clear. There are 5 ministries that Jesus gave his body: apostles, prophets, teachers, pastors, and evangelists. There's 5 of them, not one. And for whatever reason, for centuries, it's like we took one of the 5 and put that person out in front and just said, hey, you're going to do all of the ministry, and here's a congregation, and we're not really sure about apostles, prophets, teachers, and evangelists. And what is happening in the global church is people are starting to ask questions. They're starting to realize maybe we've been doing church with one or a couple, and we need all 5. And so the first dramatic shift that I believe we're seeing in 2023, I think we're going to see it before, as long as it takes for him to come back. You're going to see 5 ministries be given much more of a place. You're going to see team ministry more than ever before. And something that's interesting that's happening is, for many people are realizing this can't happen in their current church context. There are so many churches and so many ministries and so many wineskins where there's only ever going to be one ministry pastor, because that's who's getting the mic. And so you're seeing a mass exodus out of a lot of church structures because of what I'm talking about. People are realizing, yes, we believe in pastors, but we also believe in teachers, evangelists, apostles, and prophets. So team ministry, it's a dramatic shift that's happening. Secondly, the second dramatic shift that you're seeing in the church is you are seeing a shift, not in leadership like I just talked about. You're seeing a shift in people, where people are going from being an audience to becoming an army. In other words, Jesus said, you are the salt of the earth. So what we're seeing then is 5 ministries. Again, the first shift that we're seeing is we're doing away with one ministry does all, and we're going to see 5 ministries work together as a team in communities. And then secondly, the dramatic shift is there's going to be a training and equipping of the saints for the work of ministry like never before. So rather than people coming and spectating and being an audience, people are going to begin to be turned into an army participating and sent out into the work of ministry, into their sphere. And so the second dramatic shift that we're seeing in the global church is, some people call it the 7 mountain mandate. I really don't care what you call it. Jesus said, you're the salt of the earth. So God is compelling, he's calling on people, marketplace people, entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors, business people, everybody, everyone who believes in Jesus is called to preach the gospel, is called to demonstrate the kingdom in their sphere. And it is a dramatic shift that's coming to the global church. That's 2. Number 3, and finally, healthy marriage and family. There is such a dramatic shift happening in the global church concerning healthy marriage and family, where you are seeing people who are no longer wanting to be addicted to their ministry calling and their ministry career. And you're actually going to see healthy marriage and family do it together. And there's going to be an emphasis on date nights. There's going to be an emphasis on vacations. There's going to be an emphasis on anniversaries. There's going to be an emphasis on families doing the kingdom together in a very healthy and a balanced way. So if what I'm talking about happens, it will literally dramatically change the landscape of the church prior to the return of the Lord. 1, if we shift out of a pastor does all model and we welcome 5 ministries who have 5 very different graces on them, and we learn how to work together as a team, that is going to dramatically shift the landscape of the church, because rather than people coming in asking, where's the pastor? People are going to come in saying, where's Jesus? And we're going to say, he's given 5 ministries, a team to represent him. It'll dramatically end celebrity Christianity and one person does everything. Secondly, we're going to have people, saints, people who come to the gatherings rather than being audiences, rather than spectating, rather than being entertained. They're actually going to be raised up as an army to do the work of ministry in their sphere. We're not coming together watching 5-fold people do the work of ministry. We're actually coming and being trained and equipped by 5-fold people for us to do the work of the ministry. This would dramatically shift the landscape of the global church. And then thirdly, there is going to be such an emphasis on healthy marriage and family and vacations and anniversaries and date nights and doing things together, house to house gatherings, that it's going to destroy this addiction to ministry calling and travel schedules and celebrity Christian. It'll change the landscape. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. I get asked these questions all the time. Jeremiah, what are you seeing on a big scale picture concerning the global church? You know, as someone who travels and does church planning and all of these things, but like, what are the 3, give me 3 things you're seeing. That right there, in my opinion, will change the landscape of the global church forever. So I hope that helps. I hope that you're encouraged. Please find a community that embraces 5 ministries, that Jesus has given his church. Please join a community, get involved with some place that's trying to train and equip you to do the work of ministry in your sphere. Stay away. Stop going to places who just treat you like pew fodder. Just allows you to be entertained and just sit there. Stop. And then thirdly, healthy marriage and family. Stop chasing fame, popularity. I want this many. Who cares? God does not care how many followers you have online. God cares how healthy is your marriage. Are you actively invested in the lives of your kids? Yes, you're going to every church conference. When's the last time you took your spouse out on a date? I mean, come on. 3 dramatic shifts are coming in 2023 and beyond. It's going to change the global landscape. You can feel the tension. It's going to be so good. God bless you guys. Hope you're having a good end of the year 2022. Looking forward to 2023. Also,